Hello, and welcome to another video. This one is going to be pretty different than the video I usually post on my channel. Hey, get out of my car! But it's something that my lovely fiance and I feel is important and useful to share. We've been thinking quite a bit lately about global sustainability and what part we can play in it in our day-to-day lives.
So we thought about something that's in a lot of college students' minds, which is food.
Absolutely. Specifically, we're kind of talking about organic food, kind of what that means, why it's helpful, and perhaps more importantly to college students like us, how much more it is to eat organic food.
Okay, so when I'm at the store and I see organic foods, the only thing I really notice is that it's more expensive than the cheapy stuff I usually buy. So what's the big deal with organic? Like, why should I care?
It's a great question. Organic foods are better for the environment. They promote biodiversity, sustainability, and they also kind of promote smaller, more local farms. And they also need to meet certain criteria to be certified.
So what are some of the standards that food has to meet to be certified as organic?
Well, the USDA has a great, very concise fact sheet on the requirements for a food to be labeled as organic, so we'll include that in the description below, a link to that. But some of the standards for produce are like no pesticides, using manure and other natural ways to fertilize the soil, rotating crops, and no cross-contamination with genetically modified plants. Livestock must be raised more humanely with better access to food, shelter, and space to exercise, so they're not super cooped up the entire time. Grazing animals have to have space to graze, and livestock like cows must be fed with grass their whole life. They also can't be given any growth hormones or antibiotics.
So a quick note, a lot of farmers do a lot or some of these things. It's just that in order to be certified as organic, they have to do all of them. So if you're not going to look for organic stuff, look for other labels like non-GMO, grass-fed beef, or free-range eggs to get some of the same benefits. Okay, so how is it healthier for me?
That is a great question. Well, there are little to no pesticides and no GMOs, and if you don't feed animals antibiotics and growth hormones, there's less chance for those things to get passed on to the consumers. Now, to be clear, we're definitely not experts here, and there are a lot of things that we don't know the effects of. But there is some peace of mind in kind of knowing a little more specifically where your food has come from and kind of how it was treated.
So I understand now why the price is a little higher if they have so many high standards to meet. So the real question is, am I able to afford organic food and support this sustainable food production as a poor college student?
That's a good question, because we don't make a lot of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare the prices between some normal non-organic foods at a local grocery store with their organic counterparts, and also comparing those foods to a local natural grocers as well.
So we'll have the standard non-organic food on the left and the best priced organic food between the two stores on the right. We'll let the pictures do the talking, but they'll go by pretty quickly, so feel free to pause the video and take a closer look.
Definitely. So, what's the verdict? As you may have guessed, organic food is often the more expensive option, but in the items we looked at, we found that on average, organic food was just 18% more expensive.
Really? 18? That's not so bad.
It's not so bad. Really what it kind of comes down to is your priorities on food choices. Maybe you don't feel like spending the extra dollars to eat organic, or maybe your diet doesn't include any of the items that we looked at. So,
I really hope that your diet includes some of the foods we looked at, though.
yeah, if it doesn't, maybe like buy a banana and eat it.
An organic banana.
Yeah, an organic banana and eat some peanut butter with it or too. But next time you're at the store, maybe think twice about just reaching for the cheapest item on the shelf.
And I don't think that our shopping cart will be 100% full of organic stuff next week.
Probably not.
This is a big change and it comes gradually, but the important part is to just start somewhere.
Definitely. You know, we all have a responsibility to live on this planet in a sustainable and healthy way, and we've decided for ourselves that the cost to benefit ratio of eating organic is definitely worth it. And we can be confident that we're putting wholesome food in our bellies and supporting sustainable food practices.
Anyways, we thought this was pretty interesting, and we hope it was also interesting and useful for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for watching, and we hope you have a wonderful day.